Hey, it's me Hrishikesh Kannan, popularly known as Hrishi K. Subscribe to my YouTube channel and hit the bell icon now to get the latest videos and get taken into a world of entertainment, culture, sport, business and current affairs.
Yeah. Every weekend, every Friday, I used to go to London to look for jobs and just do a lot of jobs because just to pay for accommodation, etc. So also I wanted to eventually move to London and work there. So every Friday. Trains used to be the expensive mode of transport. So we used to take these buses and sometimes as a treat we used to get train rides, and it's a big thing. So yeah, Manchester, London, actually, given they are the two biggest cities, they are the most expensive train rides. So today, when I buy a £200 ticket or whatever, I feel very proud of myself that I can. And I never used to be able to earlier. So yeah.
Hello, Parineeti, Aditi, Ribhu, and Avinash. What's up? You guys doing well?
Yes.
Good. All good. Thank you.
So, former Manchester girl, you must have enjoyed filming in Old Blighty. How's that?
Yeah, it was a surreal one, actually, weirdly, to be a student there and to go back and be an actor there. I had shot a film in London before that. I'd gone for Namaste England, but that was very differently shot, and this was very differently shot. So yeah, my life is all about destiny, I think, and things happen to me in a very weird way, and this was also weird in that way, just to be on trains also. I mean, there was so much of train work in this film, and I've traveled the most on England trains, and also just being there as an actor was pat on the back, I guess.
Yeah, but your go-to city was Manchester, isn't it? I mean, you've told me these lovely stories about the Manchester United Football Club and hanging there and this and that. But did you do that often? Did you do the train to Manchester, from Manchester to London, and London to Manchester and back?
Yeah. Every weekend, every Friday, I used to go to London to look for jobs and just do a lot of jobs because just to pay for accommodation, etc. So also I wanted to eventually move to London and work there. So every Friday. Trains used to be the expensive mode of transport. So we used to take these buses and sometimes as a treat we used to get train rides, and it's a big thing. So yeah, Manchester, London, actually, given they are the two biggest cities, they are the most expensive train rides. So today, when I buy a £200 ticket or whatever, I feel very proud of myself that I can. And I never used to be able to earlier. So yeah, it's all good.
Sweet. Ribhu, was the source material the book or the film, and why so?
Both.
Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Wow. So what from the book and what from the film?
That's a tricky one, but some bits from the book and some from the film. Because I had read the book before I watched the film, so I kind of knew which are the areas I can explore more, and which are the areas I shouldn't touch. So that was pretty clear before all this started. And then when the rights were offered to me, somehow I managed to put up a script together, which is my own version of it. And yeah, then we made the film.
Nice. Avinash, always surrounded by beautiful women, on and off screen. And apart from knowing you from your first film, you know that your sister and me, Swati and me go way back when. And I was telling her, I said, this guy is just always surrounded by beautiful women, and you're not complaining.
I have nothing to complain there.
So I'm going to put you in the spot and embarrass you a little bit. You're going to tell me one most endearing quality about Aditi and one most endearing quality about Parineeti.
Wow.
Easy one.
Yeah,
Easy one.
Yeah, which is? which is endearing quality about Pari is that I think she can just make anyone a friend in five minutes. She has this great capability that she can just make anyone comfortable around her, and I think that's beautiful. With Aditi, most endearing quality. What do you have? Do you have any? I
You can be you can be a little superficial and also say eyes or something like that. It's okay.
See, this is why I'm surrounded by women. No, I'm never superficial. So I'm
Nice one,
still,
brother. Well played.
I'm still exploring, Aditi. I still need some time to. Yeah, I would take some time to find the endearing quality.
You know,
Can I
Aditi.
read out?
Yeah, sure.
Rubbish.
You know, Aditi, one of my favorite bits is when journalists write about you saying actor and danseuse. I love the term danseuse. And that's what you are, aren't you? I mean, actor and danseuse. I hope Ribhu's used your dancing skills. Has he or not in
Well,
this
he did.
film?
I'm not sure how much you'll see of it.
No, I didn't.
But no, he did. He did a bit, and yeah, and I really do love dancing. I'm a dancer, not a danseuse.
Yeah, correct. Because danseuse is very classical, which is also you. You know.
But yeah,
But
I mean,
think,
I
yeah.
did grow up doing classical dance. Yeah, and
Correct.
I think it really is something that, like music and dance, with both classical, is something that I would never be able to separate from myself. And I think that, yeah, that's why I like being in front of the camera, because it's such a beautiful mix of everything. So I enjoy that.
Parineeti, you know, I'm always in your corner, and and you know that. I mean, I've shown you pictures from way back when, Ladies vs. Ricky Bell, Ishak Zadeh, done collages and this and that. And to me, it's just so wonderful to see you do what you're doing. I mean, out the door, the so-called quote-unquote bubbly Parineeti Chopra. You must hate that term by now. There's a scene, I mean, I think it's in the song or something like that, and you're sitting in front of an alcohol bottle. And it's to drink or not to drink. And the expression on your face, I've never seen you do stuff like that. Did you have to go attend some AA meetings, Alcoholics Anonymous meetings, to get the feeling of? I mean, this is not every day getting drunk, right? I mean, what we do when we party and things like that. So just your prep for what can be a very exhausting role.
Yeah, an exhausting 1.5 years of my life, actually. Film, and after that, just I think till the film releases, I don't think it'll be out of my system. So I didn't want to do like filmy drunk, if there's a term like that. Like, I didn't want to do the obvious things that I have seen in certain films. I actually wanted to do the good drunk acting. I don't know. I mean, as lame as that sounds. So no, honestly, I just kind of tried and kept it real. I actually treated it as if it was like an untouchable drug kind of a thing, and what it would do to me, and what would happen if I was actually going through turmoil, and how I would fight it, etc. So I just kind of channel those things, and I really don't like feel comfortable saying all these things, because I don't want to sound like arrogant ke, oh maine kitna aasani se kar liya ye sab, but I genuinely took a lot of work and like stuff out of me, and I feel drained. I feel drained every day. um I used to feel drained every day after the shoot. So um thank you for noticing. I just hope that after the film releases also people say this. I wanted to change this bubbly thing. I
Yeah,
wanted people to look at me differently, and it is my endeavor every day as an actor to be looked differently, because I myself am bored of that stuff. I'm
correct.
bored of the stuff that I used to do in the first few years, and I want to change that. So I hope it changes next week.
Of course it will. Already
I hope
people
so.
are pretty stunned by what they're seeing from you. Ribhu, I remember you telling me during Bard of Blood that you love thrillers. I mean, that's a given if you look at your filmography. But a term that I learned when I read, since we talked the book, when I read the Paula Hawkins book is gaslighting. I don't know if any of you know this. I mean, which is seriously manipulating people mentally and psychologically. And all of us in our small ways have gone through that in relationships, and is that of particular interest to you at all? It must be, as a filmmaker, apart from the thrill element of this story. The whole psychological manipulation, the gaslighting, which is the technical term for it. Talk to me about that.
No, I think, see, personally, I don't know how much gaslighting in life happens generally. It may happen, may not happen. But for the story, I think it was already there. In the book, it is very much there. In the film, it is also there. So that is one key element which was always we wanted to explore. and also it's one of the main beats of the film. So I think we have used that to the extent where it is not too much and doesn't go into that too gray or dark zone. But of course, it is there to a certain extent, and because it's one of the main beats of the film.
Aditi, she's a complicated character, isn't she? The one you play. But then at some level we all are. but the girl in the train is also about sisterhood in a lot of subtle ways. So talk to me about your character, and there's so many layers to this wonderful story and how you connected with it.
Yeah, I think that's what drew me actually to the script, Ribhu's script. I've not read the book. I've only seen the film. And the film actually only dealt with the alcoholic. Whereas Ribhuda wrote it with these three characters, and of course these three girls, and of course Avinash, and how their lives are intertwined, etc., etc., and of course the layers in all their characters, what seems to be a person's situation or whatever, and what actually might be inside their head, etc., etc. And you're right, I think the juxtaposition of the two girls, the one on the train and the one on the balcony, I liked that, even on paper. I think it's quite wonderful, and you can play with it a lot. And I like the fact that, I think that sisterhood is a nice word to use, because there is this girl on a train from whom everything that makes her happy has been taken away from her, and she's basically she longs for this girl's life, but in such a beautiful way. Actually, she wants to just protect her and keep her, she just wants to protect that innocence of her life, or what she perceives as what it is. And I think I really liked, I thought that was really, really lovely to look at it like that. Of course, the material is there, but I think Ribhuda also fleshed it out, especially Nusrat's character, which isn't so in the film. So I enjoyed playing it, and I have to say this, a lot of people have asked me why I picked it, etc., etc. For me, actually, though it's an intense film and it's very complex characters and the material is very hectic, for me, from what I was coming off, which was work in the South, where I was really doing very, very, very hectic work every single day, this almost seemed like sounds really ridiculous to say, but it almost seemed like no pressure in that way, in a particular kind of way, where I could just, it was
wow,
just
like a release. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
cool.
yeah, because I was just so wound up and just, doing particular kinds of things, and especially love stories, which I like, which are very which can completely suck you in. So this was almost like a literally, yeah,
That's well
cathartic,
described.
or I don't know what to say, but yeah, it was,
I think release is a good word. Avinash, she's made her point very clear. She says it was a screenplay for her, not the book. So did you sneak peeks at the movie, at the book,
I did.
or was it just Ribhu's screenplay for you, or did you see the film and all that stuff?
So I got a call from Ribhu who said, we're making this film, and I decided to see it, and I saw it, and I'm not a very big fan of the film, so I went to Ribhu and I said,
Why, bro? Why, bro?
Why?
not?
Why are we doing this? So he said, "Tu script padha kya? Tu script pad."
No, why aren't you a fan of the film?
I don't know. I mean, that's
What are your problems with it?
conversation altogether. We shall talk about it some other time.
Okay. Yeah.
But yeah, but the script I really enjoyed. The script was to my taste, very honestly. I had a lot of fun reading it, and I said, okay, this is something that I would want to do. It's not just the script that you say yes to. I always say this. It's a film that you say yes to.
Sure.
And the people associated with it. It all came together. I thought that this is something I would like to do at this point of time in my life. And I jumped on it. I'm just grateful for this opportunity that he gave me.
Nice. Parineeti, you are nothing like Emily Blunt, which is a good thing, which is a fabulous thing, because you're owning this part. I mean, I've only seen a few minutes in something, and you bring so much of Parineeti into it. But I love Emily Blunt too, much as I love you. I mean, I've gone and watched old reruns of the Graham Norton show just to catch a glimpse of her and this and that. Your feelings about Emily?
Love her. Love her more than you love her. She's amazing. She's you know, like my memory of Emily Blunt is like Devil Wears Prada and like all the fluff that she does. I mean, I like stalk her in real life. I love her love story with her husband. I just love the girl. You know, such a simple, sweet, nice girl. And then for her to do a role like this was something I related to immediately. You know, I relate to her personal life a lot, and I relate to her personality a lot, and then she comes and does this 360 on screen and then gets nominated for it and whatever. So that story really resonated with me as much as the script. So it's exactly the change that I wanted to do in my life also. You know, I was this like sweet girl next door, blah blah. And I wanted to surprise the audience. I wanted to surprise the people who had supported me even at that time. And yes, of course, whatever success I had was given given to me with those roles. But like with all due respect, I was sick of doing them. I just didn't want to do the same thing again and again. You know, I wanted to do homework. And I wanted to achieve what Emily did. Like she turned it around with, you know, films like that. And then she did so many other films like that, you know. So I'm hoping that this happens, and what happened with Emily happens with me. That is the hope.
Of course, you know, because you've done cute, you can do sexy, and now you're doing dark and emotional. So
Sexy
you know,
is not a word associated with me. I would
why
never.
not?
But I
Why
want to be a
not?
sexy actor. I want to be a sexy actor, if that makes sense. You know, like I want
So
to be. I want to I want to penetrate your heart, like pierce your heart with like these kind of roles now. I don't want to be
sweet.
loved and cuddled and, you know, like I don't want that. I want people to be like shocked or surprised, which is not to say that I'm just going to do the hardcore crazy thrillers now. But I want to do new stuff for sure.
Okay,
I
Ribhu.
want to add something, Rishi, here.
Yeah, do
Very,
that.
very nice observation when you said that she is playing Emily Blunt, but she has owned it.
Yeah,
You know,
she
it's a
has.
very important thing for me also when I was making the film before we started shooting. At the, like when I said that I had to make my own version of the film of the script. So for the actor also, once the film is shot and once it is ready, once people see it, you have to own the film. And rightly, as you said, when you see her in that part of Meera Kapoor, you see her world. She's owning that world. That's so important, you know. That is so important for me as a maker to see that the actor is actually taking the load of this character and, you know, actually, she's driving it. That just makes a maker so happy.
You know,
Because
you
that
know
is
what your biggest master
what it
stroke is. Your biggest master stroke is casting intelligent actors. I mean, look at the three people you're sitting with.
Absolutely.
Extremely intelligent. Kirti, another. They're just fundamentally intelligent people. I mean, you give a part like this to Parineeti, she's never going to turn. Even if she loves Emily Blunt, she's never going to turn around and say, "I'm going to do an Emily." That's your biggest strength.
The more important point is that you cast somebody who has not been seen in this color.
Yeah.
You know, I think that is the biggest beat of this casting. Nobody has seen her in this way ever. Neither she has seen herself in this avatar. So I think that was the best beat before we started shooting. And then you know that you can mold the character, you can mold the actor as per the character. And once the actor starts shedding, you know, the previous colors she has and hones a new one, I think then it creates the magic. And rightly,
What about
then you own it. Then you own it.
Yeah, what about the hint of Amar Akbar Anthony? We all need more secularism in our lives these days, of course, man. But I was a huge fan on Manmohan Desai's films back in the day. I like that your three leading ladies have different faiths. Was that done on purpose, or was that like, you know, part of...
No. Actually, they're not all all different religion, but nothing like that. Nothing like that. I'm a big fan of Manmohan Desai films. We have grown up on, you know, Manmohan Desai and Sir's films, but nothing of that. Girl in the Train.
No, that's okay. I mean, even if it is, it's only a good thing, like I said. So, Avinash, since Kirti is not here, diversity and inclusion. I want you to talk about her character, please.
Do you want me to talk?
Yeah, sure.
Wow. Ribhu, shouldn't you be doing this?
No. Why? Why?
Okay, wow.
Leading man talks about one of the leading ladies. I love that.
Lovely. So I think you know, we all know how amazing an actor Kirti is, and
Yeah,
she plays this Sikh police officer, and she has to investigate this murder that has happened. And I think I don't know what more to say, but just go and watch the film beyond that, because she's the one who's creates the chase there in the film.
She's also the one who's, she's the one who's controlling the investigation, who's controlling everybody here, and in the sense that, each of their characters are, have A color or B color. Her is a C color, where she's actually controlling all of them because she's the, boss man.
Yeah, and she's played it very stoic, which is what I like.
Yeah.
Because she's a hardcore
there,
cop.
she's done.
She wants to nail, I mean, she is there to find the culprit, and she's the one who's driving it, the investigation.
I have to say, like, she has this, like what you said, stoic, like, because, I mean, I'm just seeing it off the trailer, etc. But this hard, like, completely, like, nothing in her eyes, which is quite comment. I mean, I don't think I could do it. I'm like everything shows over here. So, like, how do you keep it completely, like, whoosh? That's really commendable.
I think I've got time only for one more question, so I'm going to ask you this, Aditi. Now that Avinash has waxed eloquent about you, I mean, what I like, and a lot of people like about Avinash, is the freshness. I mean, apart from the fact that, he's only 3 films old, and we hope he's going to retain that freshness. And Aditi, you've acted with so many leading men with so much experience, both here, down south, and this and that. Working with Avinash, and, what's unique about him as an actor performer?
Say nothing.
Yeah, I mean, that was, I was actually, but honestly, we didn't actually work that much together. So if he did have nothing to say about me, I will forgive him for
You're
it.
going to give him
The
that.
best
Shocking.
have in the film are with me.
Oh,
Why
shut up.
don't you just say it?
Nonsense.
Parineeti, you want to take that?
But
Some wise
no,
words
I'll
about
tell you,
Avinash.
I have seen his work. I've seen Bulbul actually, and I think what I really like about actors, and I would say Avinash as well, is I love people who are like who work like a team. Where it's really about the material, it's about the situation, and it's not about your ego, your drama, your story, your narrative. It's really about, just being on set and working together to make that scene work. And I love working with people like that. It becomes so much more effortless, and then your concentration is on what is actually essential and what should be a priority, nothing else. So I found that working with Avinash, there was an effortless kind of way of working. And he knows what he needs to do, etc., etc. And he gives you a lot of space to do what you need to do, and he works with you, which is nice. And I've seen his work in Bulbul, which I really liked. I mean, again, to have that, to have the security and confidence to shine in possibly a character, a sort of a character-driven part, which belongs to somebody else, says a lot about an actor. And I feel it says a lot about the fearlessness of the actor and their choices. So I have a lot of respect for people like that. So that's really nice.
Ribhu, Parineeti, I've got to say, I love Matlabi Aariya, man. What a song. I put it on my playlist, I'm banging it. And even the way it's been picturized, I mean, the fact that Parineeti's...
That was for him.
for him. Like Parineeti's,
He's like, that's the
pretty
most
much
Indian
journey
thing
comes
ever.
through
Like,
in Matlabi Aariya. So great job. I don't know, Neha Kakkar sung it, of course. I don't know whether you were in the recording of it, Ribhu, or you left it to the music director or Z Music Company.
You have to hear the version which is coming out next week, which she has sung.
Wow. Awesome.
Yeah.
Do you have a good throat to sing a couple of lines now? I'm not going to push you.
no,
Just
no.
saying. Listen, guys, lots of love. Thank you very much for your time, and can't wait to see the rest of The Girl on the Train. Bye. Bye, Avinash,
Thank
Aditi,
you. Bye.
Ribhu,
Thanks,
and Parineeti.
Hrishi.
Cheers. Bye.